It started with a few short videos that seemed harmless, almost funny, until one woman realized her real life was being rewritten for millions of strangers. What began as online entertainment slowly turned her into the villain of a story she never agreed to tell. My name is Lila, I'm 30 years old, and until last year, my life was quiet, predictable, and private. I worked a steady office job, met friends on weekends, and kept my personal problems exactly where I liked them, off the internet. My younger sister, Nora, was always the opposite. She was louder, more dramatic, always chasing attention in ways I never understood. We weren't best friends, but we were civil. Family holidays were fine. Text messages were polite. That was enough for me. Nora is 6 years younger than me, and growing up, she always wanted more praise, more freedom, more excitement. I was the responsible one, according to everyone else. I paid my bills on time. I avoided conflict. I hated drama. Nora thrived on it, so when she told us she wanted to become a content creator, nobody was surprised. At first, it seemed innocent. She started posting short storytime videos on TikTok, talking about awkward dates, bad roommates, annoying coworkers. I didn't watch them. Social media has never been my thing. But one day, a coworker smiled at me in the break room and said, "It's so cool your sister is TikTok famous." That sentence hit me like a small shock. TikTok famous? I laughed awkwardly and brushed it off. But later that night, curiosity got the best of me. I searched Nora's username. Thousands of followers, hundreds of comments, people laughing, crying, taking sides. I watched a few videos. At first, they seemed exaggerated but generic. Fake names, vague details. But something felt off. Certain arguments sounded familiar. Certain phrases felt too close to home. Still, I told myself I was imagining things. Everyone borrows from real life, right? Weeks passed. More coworkers mentioned her videos. Some joked about toxic siblings. Others asked vague questions about my family. That's when my stomach started to sink. I went back to her page and watched more closely. And that's when I saw it. One video stopped me cold. The story was about a jealous older sister who hated her body, tried to sabotage her relationship, and constantly put her down. As the video played, photos appeared on the screen. Photos I recognized instantly. My birthday dinner, my apartment, my face. Blurred, but not enough. She had cropped out everyone else. The angle, the background, the dress I was wearing. Anyone who knew me would know it was me. My hands started shaking. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. The comments were worse. Cut her off. She's abusive. Your sister is toxic. Thousands of strangers had decided who I was based on a story that wasn't true. The next day at work, a colleague gently asked if everything was okay between me and my sister. She said I seemed really hard on her and hoped I was doing better now. I didn't even know how to respond. I smiled, said everything was fine, and locked myself in the bathroom until my lunch break was over. That night, I watched more videos. I wish I hadn't. One by one, private conversations we had were turned into dramatic scenes. A 5-minute disagreement about chores became screaming matches. Asking her to help with rent during a temporary stay became threatening to throw her out. Suggesting therapy during a calm talk turned into mocking her mental health. None of it was told the way it actually happened. Context was missing. Tone was twisted. I felt like I was watching a distorted mirror version of my life, and strangers loved it. I finally called Nora. My voice was shaking, but I tried to stay calm. I told her I recognized myself in her videos. I told her my coworkers and family were watching. I told her it was hurting me. She laughed, not nervously, not apologetically. She laughed like I had told her a joke. She said I was being dramatic. She said it was just a character. When I pointed out the photos, she shrugged and said, "Well, maybe don't act toxic if you don't want people to think you are." That sentence broke something inside me. I hung up and cried harder than I had in years. I thought my family would understand. I was wrong. My mom started making comments about how I should be more supportive. She said Nora had finally found something she's good at. When I tried to explain how exaggerated the stories were, she said, "Your sister wouldn't lie to thousands of people." Soon, family dinners became unbearable. An aunt quoted one of the videos directly and stared at me across the table. Cousins asked passive-aggressive questions. I felt judged everywhere I went. I stopped posting online. I avoided gatherings. I felt ashamed for something I didn't even do. And that's where I'm going to pause for now. Before we continue, if this story already has you feeling something, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support stories like this and lets you know when the next part drops. Because what happened next changed my relationship with my sister forever and forced me to choose between protecting her dream or protecting my own peace. Sometimes the biggest lesson in life is realizing that silence doesn't always mean safety. When your story is taken from you, standing up for yourself isn't cruelty, it's survival. I thought if I stayed quiet long enough, everything would calm down. I believed the internet would move on, that Nora would find a new target, a new story, a new villain. But silence didn't protect me. It only made the story grow louder. After that awful family dinner, I went home and sat in the dark of my apartment for hours. I didn't turn on the lights. I didn't eat. I just replayed every comment, every look, every sentence that made me feel small. My phone buzzed nonstop. Notifications, messages, even strangers somehow found my social media accounts. Most of them weren't kind. Some people told me to apologize publicly. Others said I should learn from my sister's courage. A few even accused me of emotional abuse based on 30-second clips. That's when I realized this wasn't just family drama anymore. This was turning into a reputation problem. At work, things changed. Conversations stopped when I entered the room. A manager asked if everything was okay at home and suggested I take a few mental health days. It sounded supportive, but it felt like pity. Or worse, suspicion. I started documenting everything. Screenshots, dates, video links, comments. I didn't even know why at first. It was instinct, like my brain was finally waking up and saying, "You need proof." One night, I noticed a new video on Nora's page. This one hit harder than all the others. She talked about staying with her emotionally abusive sister and showed a blurred photo of my living room, my couch, my coffee table, my safe space, now turned into a stage for strangers. That was my breaking point. I called her again, this time calmer, colder. I told her clearly, remove the videos with my photos, stop referencing me. I didn't care if she told stories about her life, but my face, my reputation were not content. She went quiet. Then she sighed and said something I'll never forget. "You're just jealous that people finally listen to me." I asked her if fame was worth hurting me. She said I was too sensitive for the internet. That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, imagining every future scenario. Losing my job, being labeled toxic, becoming the villain forever. The next day, I spoke to a lawyer. Just a consultation. I felt dramatic even walking into the office, but as I explained everything, the lawyer's expression changed. She stopped nodding politely and started taking notes. She told me something that shocked me. Using recognizable photos without consent, especially when paired with harmful false narratives, could cross legal lines. Defamation, harassment, privacy violations. For the first time in weeks, I felt a small sense of control. I didn't want to sue my sister. I didn't want to destroy her life. I just wanted the videos gone. The lawyer suggested starting with a formal cease and desist letter, a warning, a boundary. Before sending it, I tried one last time to talk to my family. I invited my mom for coffee. I showed her the screenshots. I explained how my work life was being affected, how strangers were attacking me. She listened quietly. Then she said, "But your sister seems so happy." That sentence hurt more than yelling ever could. A few days later, the letter was sent. Not angry, not threatening, just firm. Remove the content. Stop using my image. Stop telling false stories about me. Nora exploded. She posted a new video crying on camera, saying she was being silenced by her own family. She didn't name me, but everyone knew. Comments flooded in calling me controlling, cruel, jealous. But something else happened too. A few people started questioning her, asking why she used real photos, asking why the stories kept changing, asking why no one else ever told their side. She deleted that video within hours. Then, slowly, others disappeared too, one by one. She blocked me everywhere. My mom stopped calling. Family group chats went quiet. I felt lonely but also lighter, like I could finally breathe again. Weeks passed. The noise faded. At work, things slowly returned to normal. People stopped whispering. New hires didn't know the story. Life moved forward. But inside me, something had changed forever. I realized that protecting your peace sometimes means being the villain in someone else's story. And that's okay. Because in the next part, I'll tell you what happened when Nora's online world started cracking, and how the truth finally caught up with her. The hardest lesson I learned is this: you don't owe your silence to anyone, especially when that silence costs you your dignity. I thought the story was over when the videos came down. I truly believed that silence had finally won, that the internet had moved on to a new drama, a new villain, a new obsession. But the truth has a strange way of resurfacing, especially when it's been buried under lies. Months passed. I rebuilt my routine piece by piece. I stopped checking TikTok completely. I focused on my job. I reconnected with friends who never doubted me. Life felt quieter, calmer, almost normal again. But somewhere in the background, Nora's online world was starting to crack. I didn't know it at first. I found out by accident. One evening, a former coworker messaged me. We hadn't spoken in a long time. Her message was short. "Hey, have you seen what's happening with your sister?" My stomach dropped. I hesitated before replying. Then I asked what she meant. She sent me a screenshot. Nora's comments section was different now. Not supportive, not sympathetic, skeptical, critical. People were asking why old videos were gone, why timelines didn't match, why so many stories involved unnamed villains who never responded. Someone even commented, "Why does everyone in your life end up being toxic?" That question spread like fire. Other creators started reacting to her content, slowing clips down, comparing stories, pointing out contradictions. The same audience that once defended her now wanted answers. I didn't feel happy watching it. I didn't feel victorious. I felt tired. Then came the message I never expected. Nora emailed me, not a text, not a DM, an email, long, carefully written. She said she was overwhelmed, that the pressure of maintaining an online persona had gotten out of control, that she felt trapped by the character she created. She didn't apologize directly, but between the lines, I could see fear. She asked if we could talk. I sat with that email for hours. My finger hovered over the keyboard. Every version of the past flashed through my mind. The humiliation, the whispers, the judgment. And then I realized something important. Closure doesn't always mean reconciliation. I replied politely. Briefly, I told her I hoped she found peace, but I wasn't ready to rebuild a relationship. I told her I needed distance to heal. She didn't respond. Weeks later, her account went silent. No uploads, no stories. Followers dropped. The algorithm moved on. My family slowly came back to me. Not with apologies, not with confessions, just quiet attempts at normalcy. I accepted what I could. I set boundaries where I needed. At a small family gathering months later, my mom hugged me a little tighter than usual. She didn't say much. She didn't have to. I learned something powerful through all of this. Your story belongs to you, not to algorithms, not to strangers, not even to family. If someone builds success by tearing you down, that success was never stable to begin with. Before we end, if this story resonated with you, take a moment to like the video. It helps more than you know and supports real stories being told honestly. Sometimes protecting your peace means letting others misunderstand you. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is step out of a story that was never yours to tell. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.